Alrighty, this is our 3-minute long line drill. We sort of line up, we fight. When you die, you take 3 steps back, and you come back into the battle. So we're going to watch this battle at full speed, then slow mode, then review. So this will be one of our longest reviews we've got so far. So here it is at full speed. And they call A on.
Good leg. Okay, Gene is reaping legs, and not quite that one, but that is a very good use of picking off of the line, and actually shooting at available targets. Yes, you can take a foot, you can take your back foot, and using that initiative again. Looks like we're going to be seeing Jeff is kind of back of the line. Not Jeff. Yeah, Jeff was kind of back of the line there when he was throwing those shots. I realized we didn't have one sprayed on the ground, but try and keep an eye out for your locations.
I'm also having a bad habit here of stepping forward, and the people I'm fighting against try to protect their legs. They keep stepping away from the lines. I keep chasing after them. So you need to really draw that line out next week.
Draw it out with chalk or spray lime. It looks like I see Jeff is still a little bit back of the line because I can see him hanging there.
A lot of pasting going on here. I'm seeing a lot of death and dismemberment.
You there?
We have Doug with Stephanie in the back here. She's had a concussion, so she's unkillable today. We just let her throw shots and practice in the line.
But everybody else seems to be coming off on a fairly reasonable basis. I haven't seen anybody getting killed at the moment they hit the line yet. But we could look again in slow drill.
Nice slow shot, Stephen.
Let's see.
Good pinning, Chris. You see Chris pin my sword there and then try to open it up so Michael can get some shots at me.
Yes.
Great concept there.
Chris and Mike seem to be working the sides together.
Using your advantage. You can't get an opponent that won't take your hits. You figure a way of getting somebody else who can take your hits.
Good shot to the leg, Erica.
Erica and I start doing a lot of combo shots. We have to show that in slow-mo where I throw high and she throws low, or she throws high and I throw low. It's really freaking awesome. I'm very impressed with her. There he is, pinning my sword again, but in a bad place to pin a sword. Erica always comes on the line shooting. God, Erica is looking athletic and skinny.
Let's see. Oh, hey, I can see the other side of the line for
and that's the end of our drill.
Oh, that's over.
So, we're going to go ahead and restart. We're going to watch it in slow-mo, and then we're going to do a shot-by-shot analysis. So,
I will attempt, whenever I see a gap that allows me to see the other half of the line, to shout out anything that I'm seeing. And
here's our preparing to engage.
And
here's the same fight in slow-mo. So, leg shots
engage high, engage low. Good shot.
Leg shots are our way to go. Michael's getting distracted.
And as I was saying, and as that kind of illustrates, it's really hard when you're on the line. But battlefield awareness would have saved Mike from that shot, and hopefully.
Chris has a really good high defense, being tall, and he uses it really well here, just defending his head. This whole fight, I could not get a single shot in on his head. Every time Michael stepped forward, bam, I was on him. Sorry about that calf shot there, Michael. You're stepping backwards. I just couldn't see it happening. You see me and Erica shooting high and shooting low. We're going to talk about that again in a minute. Again, remember, people, you're not fighting the guy in front of you. You're fighting the guy that's 45 degrees to you.
Yeah, once again, Jeff, that is a little bit back off the line.
Yeah, Jeff, you need to, stay in line. not 3 steps back. I know it feels good, you feel safe, but that's not a safe place to be. Good thrusting, Chris. You see you can't hit me hard enough in the head, so you're starting to thrust me in the face. And great throwing shots on the 45 as soon as you see it.
Okay, hey, I can see Jeff straight on for once, and
Jeff,
unfortunately I don't see you shooting.
Needs to be forward, and you're not shooting that whole time. Remember, when you are in the line, you're throwing shots. And here, this is a good example of it. I just stand there, and guess what? I pay for my lack of vision. I'm sitting here thinking, which is time for Christopher to come up with a plan. There's Erica in the middle. throwing shots.
And good.
Yep.
Even as I was going away, she was still taking the shot.
Yep. And we get his chance to the middle here, and there's no one on the other side.
And Stephanie swinging like a madman.
You should be swinging there. Stephanie, great job. Just swinging like they owe you money. There's Erica. I sit there and think instead of throwing. Chris stabs me in the face. Michael is throwing to his 45s.
Good job engaging on the 45s, Michael. Good job engaging on the 45s, Chris.
Great job with that. And then right back into defensive stance when I come walking up.
Hey, I can see Amanda.
Amanda's throwing shots, keeping her shield up. Nice low shot, Steven. And again, I'm not throwing. Guess what happens? I'm attempting to pay for it. Christopher, nice elbow shot against me. We'll see that in the play-by-play. You do it again. If you had any power behind it, you would have taken my arm, and that's worse than a kill, because now I'm bladeless. And then you pin my weapon. You're trying to open me up. If you'd taken your fist and pushed against my shield, you'd have opened me up for Michael to take me out. We'll talk about this all in the play-by-play. Here's Erica. Look at her. She comes in, throws a shot just as she walks in.
Oof.
Erica's amazing on the line with that tiny little shield of hers.
Yes, yeah, God knows
There I
she
am
was...
going after Steven's back again. Good battlefield awareness. Steven knows he's fighting a 4-on-1 right now, and he just sits there and defends himself. And Erica finally takes his leg.
And there, I can see Amanda again.
Good. Chris steps in with a blow.
And
he
there's
keeps
Tim.
throwing.
Oh, well, I was going to say Tim should be shooting, but there really wasn't anybody there for him to shoot at.
Again, he pins me. I try to take that away. I take the fact I know where the sword is away. I'm not sure what you're doing there, Andrew. Or Michael. And he's through at the 45. He's turning it into a 2-on-1. We do the shot-by-shot review. We're going to talk about how Erica and I are fighting together. We've done it for 3 years now, and you can see a lot of that coming out in our fights together. And how you need to always fight with your opponent.
Definitely actually getting to see some of Amanda's shield work there for a couple seconds before the fight ended, and she was definitely doing a good job protecting her highs and lows.
And that's the end of our fight, guys. So now we're going to review it again. This time we're going to do it a shot-by-shot review. Definitely going to want a second camera in the future. Maybe on top of a ladder.
We'll put the iPad on top of the ladder. Good idea.
It's terrifying. Loving this coach program. Alrighty. Here we are. By the way, this is where the wheel is of all the different things you can do. So if you see something you want to do, just grab it. So, we call Leon, and right away I throw high, attempting to raise his shield up. You can see Erica. You can see all this side. Look how immediately that side reaches forward with all their shields. Almost immediately. Amanda, Steven, even Chris. And they claim some land on our side, pushing us back on our back legs. Those were the best moments of the whole battle, right on the Leon. So I throw up high. And Chris, not even throwing at me. He's totally ignoring me. He's throwing at Erica on the other side of me. And then, since he's focused on Erica, I take his leg.
Yes. Unfortunately, when you block that line of sight for too long, you have no idea what's going on the other side of you.
You can see Erica. She's ignoring. She has already killed Steven, and Steven's walking off the battle. Michael's focused on the person in front of him. So now Erica and I together get a focus on Michael. And you can see what happens here. I throw low. Erica throws high. Michael just gets destroyed by both of us. And you're going to see this again. So we go on to the next battle. The next bout is me. Erica throws high at his head. I throw low at his leg. And we both hit him at the same time. Steven walks off. Erica's making sure he's dead. Since I have to gauge Chris again. Amanda's got her shield in the middle. She still hasn't died. Great defensive stance, Amanda. Erica's throwing some thrusts at Michael, keeping him honest. He's got some back and forth going on there. And once again, Chris is already focused on Erica. You can see his sword hand here as he throws at her. Steven is defending. I'm throwing high again. And all of a sudden I realize I'm on my own. Remember, our primary goal is to stay alive. You can see me go from forward to back as I go to defensive stance. I'm trying to keep Christopher honest because he throws over my head, I'm dead. And he steps back as I throw that shot at him.
Giving you the opportunity to throw the leg.
And also he gives me an opportunity to throw a leg at Michael, which I do. Well, at the same time, we can see Steven and Joey are in a death struggle here. And I'm going to take that leg at Michael. Michael, I'm sorry about this thigh here. You're sort of stepping backwards and I take your thigh. Or your shin. That probably fucking hurt. Erica comes running in, and as she hits the line, she throws immediately. You see her. She's throwing just as she comes in. She throws high, I throw low.
A little too low, by the way.
Yes. You see, I hit Steven in the ankle with this shot. Which is unfortunate.
But I was backing out of it.
So, we've got some good engagement. Jeffrey Larson, I'm not exactly sure what you're doing with this whole battle. You're starting sitting there. Hey guys, just quiet for just like 2 more minutes. So Jeffrey Larson, you're sort of standing away from the line here. You're banding poor Joey. You're panning who's on the far side of you. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. As we see Chris walk up, I start throwing a thrust at his face, trying to get him before he's engaged. And you see me take some ground here, which is unfortunate. Amanda finally dies for the very first time. We're halfway through the battle. She dies. Great staying alive, Amanda. Erica is reaching out and attempting to touch someone, Michael Fink. He responds by flopping her shield over. I'm already focused on Michael Fink. But I can't do anything about it because there comes Chris again. Trying to take his leg. No dice. We see Steven in the back here. He's definitely focused on Erica, who's on the other side of me. Erica's fighting a 2-on-1 fight there. And you can see her. She throws a thrust at him. Blocks him and Steven. Covers her head because she knows she's getting a lot of grief on her head. And throws a wrap. Erica, you need to turn those wraps not into a wrist forward, but a thumb forward. Because that's not going to ever do anything to them. Andrews finally died. Joey's way off the line. And you see Christopher come here. He stepped up. He takes this advantage to double team with Michael. Michael collapses her shield and he reaches out. And it's unfortunate he engaged her shield. I don't think she takes it. And she follows his sword back with her sword. Completely ignoring the guy in front of her. She's making a space for me to come into, so you're going to be busy. And Michael starts throws a half-hearted thrust at her. He knows she's sort of busy. But it kills her. You can see her go down with that thrust. Chris throws some shots at me. Again, Jeff, you're way off the line. Chris realizes he's having some issue throwing enough power to take my head. I'm ignoring him.
You'll notice I went way in on the line there. I think I left my back foot on it, but you know, take advantage of what you can of the line that you're given to punish Jeff because he was out of play. He was out of place.
And because he's done that, you see that Joey has to table his shield. Erica has to lift up her shield. Just because of one step on Steven's part, 3/5 of our line are completely fucked up. Good step, Steven. Now, Chris is throwing some shield shots. If you can get this hand up here when you throw those shots, you're going to be killing people. Amanda's finally died her second time. Steven's just throwing. He doesn't know what's going on. You can see he's just keeping people busy. I tend to throw up high. Look at that. Nowhere close. My line needs to look more like this with my sword, not like that with my sword. I could have totally taken that head. But Chris still ducks his head when he sees the sword. It's too late to be ducking, Chris. Now, look at Erica here. Erica is thrusting at Michael, and she's keeping her elbow in the way of Steven's shield. Now, Steven punishes this by beating her in the... You can see his sword rise up from there. Sorry. Rise up from there and punish her right in the shoulder. And you're going to see her step back. Nope, not enough.
Not enough.
She's just focused on Michael. And you can see me and Chris trying to... I try to throw a leg shot. Chris has that funky shield of his, and it just skims off. Erica keeps throwing thrusts at Michael, and she...
And just got took
Where
out.
did I got him? And who's she... Oh,
no,
Erica turns her thrust to Michael. Sorry. Turns her thrust at Michael there. You can see her sword here into a shot at Chris. Chris keeps using his funky shield to stop my shots. She sees his whole side open. She stabs him in the face. I also stab him in the face. Steven's back is to us. He's out. And that turns on a 2-on-1 fight. I try to step around and grab the flank. And you can see Erica just threw low. I see it go low. So I'm throwing high. Because remember, lows and highs. Now I'm a little late. And Michael, wow, do you have good field awareness. You block her shot with your sword. And you block my shot with your shield. And you return my shot. Good awareness, Michael. We have a moment here.
Nobody is fighting except your side.
No one here, no one here, no one here, and no one over here. It is a Michael Fink and Stephanie guarding against Joey and Larson. Good fight. And Amanda, we all come back at the same time. And again, this side has great taking ground. Look at that. Y'all just reach out with your shields and grab that ground. Especially Steven. He knows that his foot has to stop here. So he grabs extra ground with his shield to have some maneuvering ground. Erica sees him coming in, throws a spear shot right at Michael Fink. And look at this. Like an idiot. I stand it. Look at how long I'm just standing there. Do. Like a moron. That's 4 shots right there that I could have been throwing. Guess what happens? I pay for that with a spear shot to the head. Right there. Boom! Steven throwing shots that whole time. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Look at that. He's throwing shots. He knows I'm not throwing anything at him. Right now I have options. I can be throwing at his back. I can be throwing at Michael to keep him busy, or I can be throwing at him to keep him busy.
I was sort of, at that point in time, I was sort of assuming that the guys on my immediate left were going to keep me safe, but they're standing back off the line for a second. I'm not exactly sure why. So I'm sort of glad you didn't throw that shot.
Yep. And you see Michael come in here. Immediately, he's not even caring about anyone else. He throws that S45 right into his arm. Look at that. Woo! Boom! A great shot. Michael, if you dropped your hip from this level to this level when you threw that shot...
Because he engaged, Joey catches it on his basket, but if you dropped it, you could have easily pasted him in the ribs or the leg.
And that would have been the end of that fight. Chris, great. Chris runs up. And reading his mind here, he looks around. He sees me still walking away. And he steps on the line and takes a great big step. He leaves his back leg on the line. Takes a huge leap using his height to his advantage. And smacks Joey. Joey's now fighting a 3-on-1. It is Steven, Chris, and Mike against Joey. Joey, you lean back.
Nope, it's Amanda. I'm off the line.
And Amanda. You can see her shot there. You can see Michael's sword there. You can see Chris's sword there. And Joey just leans back. He keeps his foot on the line. But now he's making those shots way harder and he's defending himself. Chris throws a shot. Chris, you need to work on those thrusts because you miss him.
Glanced him.
You glance him. And Chris, again, great battlefield awareness. Here I come walking up. I'm ready to paste you. And you are already throwing yourself back in defensive stance. And you've switched out to keep your shield slide foot where it belongs. Amanda grabs some ground, pushes against Mr. Joey, and starts punishing Jeff. Oh, actually, she starts punishing Joey. Great shot, Amanda. And again, Steven's coming forward, shield point forward. He's grabbing land. We see a shot. Erica, again, we see the low high. I defend high. You see me raise my shield up here. Chris is ignoring me and throwing at Erica. He sees me, raises his shield up, and Erica throws low at him.
Low.
Steven is chopping wood here. God forbid if he'd actually hit somebody with that.
I think he was backing out, but yes.
Erica throws a shot to keep him honest. And I see her sword going forward. She throws a thrust. I immediately follow with a thrust high because I'm following her lead. So you can see her thrust there. Hold up here. She thrusts there. He drops his shield. I follow with a thrust high. And it was completely boned by Christopher catching my shield basket. You totally saved his life, Christopher. And she dies from what? What did she die from? Oh, Steven, taking advantage of her lack of vision. You can see his sword moving there. Reaches down and kills her. She steps back. Christopher grabs my sword. Great sticky sword, Christopher. Pins against my side.
And Mike
throws a shot.
Unfortunately, with your sword where it was.
Michael, your shot's at this angle. You need to be throwing a wrap shot from up here at that point. And he's totally pinned me. And Christopher, understanding that he's got the pin, changes up so that his fort, the fort point of his blade, is against my blade foible, and he holds me there. No one throws a shot at me. There you are again. You're throwing a wrap. I turn my hip a little bit so you catch my sword on the way. If you see this, your back foot here, if you had stepped it to here, dead. I would have been ended. Christopher, look at that. Christopher realizes that I've suddenly realized my sword is really stuck. I pull from behind my head. And Christopher, realizing that I haven't thrown at him because he's not really doing anything, I'm going to throw at my antagonist. Because remember,
at this point,
go ahead.
At this point, if he, oh no, you bound the sword up. At this point, if he could have sewing machine thrust you, you were completely exposed.
We see Steven here in the background, by the way, at the same point. He's being attacked by Joey. Look at that, shots. 1, 2, 3 shots. And Steven just leans way back. His angle of his back. Joey taking land like he owes him money. Look at that. 2-on-1 again. Christopher tries to take advantage with a thrust. Christopher, if you see that happening, thrust this big old fat side of mine. Don't thrust my head. Thrust at my armpit. Thrust at anything. But you've raised my shield. Again, Michael, on the low-high thing, if you see my shield go up like that because I'm defending from this thrust from Chris, throw my leg.
Sweep the forward into the forward leg.
And here comes Erica. She knows I'm about to get pasted. And Michael, your shield is at an abominable angle here. It needs to be like this. I throw at you. Now again, this is a good example of throwing at where your opponent is going to be instead of where he's at. I throw a shot here at an angle that would totally kill you now, but you've totally blocked it. But if you notice again, I throw high, and you can see Erica, just the shadow of it. Erica's throwing low at the same time, right in the same spot.
Could you roll that back to where Erica comes in for just a sec? Yeah. Just a quick note on non-linear battlefield awareness. Note as she comes in, she blocks to her left for my shot, and then throws cross-body to the right where she sees her opening and to bind up Mike Fink. It is kind of hard, it's kind of advanced thought to be going shoot one direction, then go cross body in the other direction and cross your arms at the same time. That is a very good awareness of opportunity.
And Erica totally paced him. Look at that. Paced him right in the side. Phenomenal fucking shot, Erica. I throw a shot for no purpose. Look at that. Here comes Joey.
Hey, keep throwing, and it rolls you around in your power to throw shots at me.
Steven is now fighting a 3-on-1. And I'm throwing shots, and you can see Erica. Erica throws high, I'm throwing low. We're trying to kill Steven at the same time. And Steven stops all of our shots, like we owe him money. Steven's defensive abilities are awesome.
That's the leg.
And finally, Erica, right here, takes his leg. Boom. Great shot, Erica. And there's Amanda. Still hasn't died. Oh, there she finally dies. Steven goes. Shows your buddy system. Steven goes. Amanda's stuck fighting a 2-on-1.
I'm not sure I called it out loud enough. Yeah. Everybody, general note, you call out your deaths.
And here comes Chris. Do you see how Chris immediately engages my blade? He's gotten used to me throwing shots at him. He engages my blade. Christopher, pro. Erica attempting to do the same thing to Michael. She gauges his shield edge. Trying to keep him busy. And Michael is trying to do the same thing. Trying to gain land by using our blades. And there it is, Christopher.
Unfortunately, what that means, guys, is...
Boom. Christopher's throwing shot after shot.
When we have the line painted a little bit better, we'll be in a better situation. But you can't stand a step back from the line and sort of throw those long shots. You got to hit the line at a brisk move and throw from there.
Yes. So, here we are. We come up to a line. Joey, you see Joey coming up into a defensive stance as he closes the line? Joey need to be doing that from back here. Not up here. You see Amanda. Amanda's able to do all kind of funky stuff because she knows you're not ready to fight yet. Michael, look at that. Throwing the 45s, Michael. Great shot. Using the hips.
And Chris is just holding your blade and holding your blade.
Look at that. You know why I can do that? Chris has engaged my blade and just holds me there while he just thinks about what he wants. And I can't do a damn thing. Finally, I'm like, fuck this. And I throw a wrap. Not sure why Chris took that. And do you see Michael? Again, great shots. Michael kills one man, turns to his left, sees me step out of the way, and he throws a shot. Now, skipping across top of my shield, but whatever. And here comes Erica at a brisk hustle. She's going to save my butt. Look at that. Her foot touches the ground at the same time she's throwing a shot.
Shot is going in.
Totally grabbing land with her shield. Look at that. Boom.
Block.
That's
watch that come in. Yeah, the shield blocks.
Blocks that shot from Christopher. She gauges Michael. Kills Michael. She blocks another shot from Christopher. Throws a ramp. Erica, if you stepped this foot over this way, you'd be able to get that off. I stepped up. Now, what killed you there, Erica? Good shot from Christopher.
I thought he caught it with the shield, but he must have skimmed it right into her head.
Skimmed right into her head. Good shot, Christopher. I step up, and there's not a damn thing for me to do. I just sort of stand there.
And the whistle.
That's the end of the whistle. So that was a 3-minute fight. A lot of hustle from people. A lot of good fighting. I'm really impressed with things.
Let's see. Final thoughts from what I could see from the video and from what I could see when I was actually on the line. Gene, obviously good target picking. Good continually throwing shots. Way to put your back foot off the line and engage real estate on our side. Erica, obviously hitting the line at a run, working with you on the teamwork thing you were talking about between the two of you is something I would really like to see everybody be able to display throughout the unit. We're working down your side. Joey, lots of power. I was right directly across from you. I was taking a lot of a hail of blows coming in from you. I would definitely like to see you shoot to the targets on either side of me a little bit more, since that's going to be where your primary openings are. Jeff, I definitely was taking shots from you when I was on the line. Obviously, you've already heard, like from the last 3 times we ran through this, that you need to be engaging on the line rather than from behind it. Andrew, unfortunately, we couldn't see very much of you, and since you were very rarely a target for me, I didn't get to see you. Stephanie obviously was only swinging this engagement. Tim also was too far down for me to see when I was on the line, and a little bit far down for me to see from here. Amanda, as we can see, did not come off the line hardly at all, which means her defense was spot on.
Our first goal is stay alive.
Yes, because as you noticed from early in the fight, as soon as the very first shot that we saw, as soon as Chris died, he left an opening that allowed Gene to reap Michael and then reap me. Yes, let's see. There's me. I really need to watch the watch out for the shots that are coming in on my 45s a little bit better. Clear and maintain an early battlefield awareness, because as you saw, I got my leg reaped out from under me once or twice in a way that I never saw coming. Chris and Michael, let's see. Christopher, good job sticking sword, picking targets. Michael, good job working your 45s. Both of you need to make sure you're on the line.
Fighting
both
together.
of you, fighting together is key. Make sure you're hitting the line, at fighting actively, and everybody make sure that no one's throwing from behind the line. That's about it for me for this particular drill.
And you're meeting in the middle. Thanks a lot, guys. Can't wait to see you next week's.